She told me during the interview that I was clearly unqualified and wasting her time. She didn't know I was the company founder conducting anonymous candidate assessments. The conference room was cold, and Jennifer's expression was colder. Let's be honest, your resume is underwhelming, she said, barely looking at my application. State school, average GPA, internships at companies I've never heard of. I nodded, taking notes on her interview style. Frankly, I'm not sure why HR even scheduled this. We need top talent, not someone who's gonna need constant hand-holding. Jennifer was our senior marketing director. According to HR complaints, she'd rejected 15 qualified candidates in 3 months, claiming none met her standards. Can you tell me about the team culture here? I asked. She laughed dismissively. If you got this position, which you won't, you'd be working with people far more experienced than you. They'd probably resent training someone so clearly out of their depth. For 20 minutes, she listed my inadequacies. My school wasn't prestigious enough. My previous internships were at no-name startups. My portfolio showed basic work that any intern could produce. Any questions? She finally asked, checking her watch. What qualities do you look for in successful candidates? Candidates from target schools who already understand our industry. People who can contribute immediately, not learn on the job. She stood up. I'll be honest with you, Michael. You're wasting both our time. This position requires someone with real credentials. I appreciate your feedback. HR will contact you, but don't wait around. You should probably look at entry-level positions more suited to your background. Jennifer left me alone in the conference room. 5 minutes later, our HR director Rachel appeared with my actual team. How bad was it? Rachel asked. Worse than the complaints suggested. She didn't ask a single substantive question about my skills or experience. My CTO David shook his head. Did she mention why we have 3 vacant positions on her team? She said the company needs top talent, implied the previous candidates weren't qualified enough. Rachel pulled out her tablet. Jennifer's rejected every candidate we've sent her, then complains to executives that we can't find good people. She spent the entire interview telling me I went to the wrong school and worked at the wrong companies. David looked frustrated. Michael, you founded this company 6 years ago. Your no-name startups were successful exits that funded our Series A. She never asked about those details, just saw state school and dismissed everything else. Rachel pulled up Jennifer's file. She's been blocking talent acquisition for months, but leadership wanted concrete evidence before taking action. Well, she definitely provided evidence, called me unqualified, said I'd need constant hand-holding, and suggested I look for entry-level work elsewhere. Entry-level work, David repeated. She told the CEO to look for entry-level work. I reviewed my notes from the interview. She made assumptions about qualifications based entirely on school prestige and company name recognition. Never asked about actual skills, projects, or results. Rachel scheduled the feedback meeting for the next day. Jennifer walked in confidently, expecting to discuss why she'd rejected another candidate. Jennifer, we need to discuss yesterday's interview, Rachel began. The candidate was clearly unqualified. Wrong background, mediocre credentials. I saved us from a bad hire. That candidate was Michael Torres, Rachel said. Jennifer looked confused. Okay, that proves my point. His resume showed nothing impressive. Michael Torres, our founder and CEO, David clarified. The color drained from Jennifer's face. That's impossible. The CEO wouldn't interview for an internship. I was conducting anonymous assessments of our interview process, I explained. HR flagged concerns about your candidate rejections. You tricked me. I attended a standard interview. You spent 30 minutes explaining why I wasn't qualified to work at the company I built. Jennifer tried recovering. I was maintaining our standards. We need the best talent. You rejected me based on school name and company recognition without asking about actual abilities or accomplishments. But your resume didn't show. My resume showed exactly what every candidate shows. Education, experience, skills. You dismissed it without investigation. Rachel placed a folder on the table. Jennifer, you've rejected 15 qualified candidates in 3 months. Several have since joined competitors where they're excelling. I was protecting our culture. You were blocking talent based on superficial criteria, David said. The CEO's alma mater apparently wasn't good enough for you. Jennifer's voice shook. What happens now? You're being moved to an individual contributor role, Rachel said. No more hiring authority, no more team management. This is because of one interview. This is because of 15 rejected candidates, multiple HR complaints, and telling the company founder he should look for entry-level work elsewhere. Jennifer left without another word. We hired 3 of her rejected candidates the following month. All 3 are now top performers. One of them graduated from my alma mater. Another worked at the same no-name startups I did. The third had an average GPA from a state school.